Welcome back, and now to other stories. The House of Representatives has urged the federal government to reverse the recent petrol price hike, citing the increased hardship on Nigerians. The House also called for measures to stabilize petrol and cooking gas prices, such as temporary relief, tax reductions, or subsidies for low-income households. In a motion sponsored by 101 members, the House asked the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) and other agencies to expedite refinery repairs and boost local refining to reduce reliance on imported fuel. They also insisted the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) to implement policies that could curb the inflationary effects of fuel prices hike on essential goods. The government was further encouraged to explore alternative energy sources and promote renewable energy to reduce dependence on petrol and gas. State governments were asked to alleviate the financial burden by waiving taxes on transportation and goods affected by cost of fuel. Deputy Minority Leader Aliyu Madaki highlighted the financial strain caused by rising petrol and the cooking gas prices worsened by the removal of fuel subsidies, global oil price fluctuations, and naira depreciation. He warned that these escalating prices were impacting businesses and households, increasing inflation and threatening economic stability. Madaki stressed that without urgent intervention, the nation could face an economic crisis with their social and economic consequences.
Mindful that the rising cost of petrol and cooking gas poses significant threat to livelihood of millions of Nigerians, and unchecked inflation pressure caused by increased prices can lead to social unrest, increased poverty rate, and negative long-term economic effects. Also worried that unless urgent and pragmatic steps are taken to control the rising cost of petrol and cooking gas, the nation will go into economic crisis, leading into negative outcomes like increased crime rate and mortality.
Or public office holder must listen to the feelings and yearnings of the people that you serve. I will also want to say that laws are made for man, not man for law. Again, for every law, there is the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. I'm saying this because of the argument of PIA. Yes, PIA has provided for deregulation, but what is the spirit behind PIA? Is it the same spirit that Nigerians are feeling today? Was that the reason why we enacted PIA? The answer is clear that it is no. And therefore, in implementing every law, we must look at the spirit behind it. And that's why we are saying, yes, the regulation is part of what we have yearned for, but how do we implement it with less burden on the Nigerian people? And that is the essence of the motion that we have brought.
Most of the constituencies, people are suffering because of this increase. Let me also use the opportunity, Mr. Speaker, to borrow a word of our president. When he spoke then, he said, let the government allow the poor to breathe. Today, we are not only calling for government to allow the poor to breathe, we are calling on government not to remove the cylinder that the poor are already living under oxygen. If you remove the cylinder, we are not talking about breathe. We are talking about taking people's life. Government have to put human face. Government should listen to Nigerians. Whatever it will cause, whatever policies that can cause hardship to Nigerians, government should look at it and review it and allow the poor to.
I want us to pressurize on the government, because not all countries that produces petroleum are in OPEC. We need to review our OPEC policy. We mustn't be in OPEC, because the only thing that will solve this problem of petroleum increase is to sell to use what we have to solve our problem. In other words, I'm advocating that NNPC, the government, should, as a matter of policy, Mr. Speaker, to sell our crude oil we produce to Dangote at a reduced foreign exchange. Because their hands are tied, we will have to review the policy we have with OPEC. We mustn't be there. We have crude oil. Dangote must be giving our crude oil at a reduced foreign exchange, not on international standard.